Yes. Former President Donald Trump said in a lengthy statement on Monday that the FBI was conducting a search of his Mar-A-Lago estate and asserted that agents had broken open a safe. Yes, the circumstances of the search were not immediately clear, though. The Justice Department has been actively investigating the discovery of classified information in boxes of records that were taken to Trump's Florida residence, Mar-a-Lago, after he left the White House. The action marks a dramatic escalation in law enforcement scrutiny of Trump and comes as he has been laying the groundwork to make another bid for president. Justice Department spokesperson Dina Iverson declined to comment on the search, including about whether Attorney General Merrick Garland had personally authorized the search. Now, the discovery of classified information at Mar-a-Lago was referred to the Justice Department by the National Archives and Records Administration, which had said that it had found classified materials in 15 boxes at the residence. Federal law bars the removal of classified documents to unauthorized locations, though it is possible that that Trump could argue that he is president. He is the ultimate declassification authority. There are multiple statutes governing classified information, including a law punishable by up to 5 years in prison that makes it a crime to remove such records and retain them at an unauthorized location. Another statute makes it a crime to mishandle classified records, either intentionally or in a grossly negligent manner. A separate investigation related to efforts by Trump and his allies to undo the results of the 2020 presidential election and the January 6, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol has also been intensifying in Washington. Look, folks, in situations like this, I look at it like this. You let these gangsters fight each other. Okay, you let these gangsters fight each other. That's what Louis Farrakhan said about Trump and the deep state and the media and all these people years ago. But black folks wanted to come in and cheer for the liberal media and wanted to cheer for the Democratic Party and the deep state. Now you got black people cheering for the FBI and the CIA. Look, you let those gangsters fight. Okay? Trump is a gangster. He has been getting used to getting away with whatever crimes he wanted to commit his entire life, pretty much. Him and his family. A long string of crimes connected to Trump and his family for many years. Just ask the people around the world who've had their fortunes, their hopes and dreams dashed by Donald Trump. Okay, this man is a gangster. He's been doing gangster stuff for many years, including here in the city of Gary. If you know, you know. The FBI and the U.S. government in general are the biggest gangsters. You're not going to out-gangster the biggest gangster, which is the United States government. And so I see people on the right crying about this. Oh, yeah. And even some people on the left. Oh, man, the FBI. Yeah. You know what? I absolutely agree. The FBI, yes. The FBI absolutely did everything they did to Martin Luther King, to the Black Panthers, to, the Weather Underground, to all the left-wing student active groups, the Nation of Islam, and everybody else. Malcolm X, everybody else. We already know this. But when the police come for Jeffrey Dahmer, you let them take Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay? And I'd be saying the same exact thing if they came for Hillary Clinton, who is also a gangster. The Clintons are gangsters in their own way. If the FBI was coming for Bill or Hillary Clinton, I'd say the same exact thing. You let these gangsters deal with each other. Okay? You let Godzilla and Godzuki duke it out. We can sit this one out, folks. We really can. I don't need to root for the FBI or to try to justify the FBI's existence because I don't like Donald Trump. I don't have to become a stand for Donald Trump just because I think the FBI is horrific and should have never. Hell, it should have been dissolved a long time ago. A little bit later on, we're going to get into what was found out about the FBI, the CIA, in the Church Committee from the 1970s. We're going to get into that in a few minutes. But yes, you let these gangsters fight. You let these gangsters duke it out. When they got John Wayne Gacy dead to rights, you let them take him. Okay? And they go, well, you know, if they could do this to a president, they could do this to you. We already knew what they could do to me. Or you. They proved that in the 1950s and 60s when they were going after Martin Luther King. And the Black Panthers. And Malcolm X. We know what they can do to us. They don't need to start going after ex-presidents to show me that they gangsters. We already know the U.S. government are gangsters. You let them gangsters be gangsters against that other gangster. Seriously, folks. Now, the FBI sought classified documents related to nuclear weapons during the Mar-A-Lago search, according to the Washington Post. They have reported that the FBI sought, among other items, classified documents related to nuclear weapons during their search of President Donald Trump's residence at his Mar-a-Lago club in Palm Beach, Florida. This information comes as the U.S. Department of Justice announced on Thursday that it is moving forward with unsealing the search warrant and itemized receipt of what was taken. The Department of Justice is investigating whether or not former President Donald Trump violated the Espionage Act. Yes, the Espionage Act. Wow. Which prohibits retaining national security information that could harm the United States or aid a foreign adversary. The New York Times, Politico, and The Guardian report. Per an FBI warrant obtained by the outlets, Trump is also being investigated for violating additional statutes relating to the obstruction of justice and destroying federal government records. Conviction under these statutes can result in imprisonment or fines. Yeah. Look, there's a lot of people who say this is a political witch hunt. And you know what? That may be true on some level. Okay, I have no doubt that this is political. I've got in plenty of arguments on these airwaves at WLTH the past 6 or 7 years, saying that, you know, the deep state, the status quo, the elites, the liberal media, the corporate media, whoever you want to talk about, has had Trump in their crosshairs because they feel he's too unpredictable. It's not that Trump's a good guy. He's not. And there's a lot of people on the anti-establishment left and the anti-establishment right who get that mistaken. Just because the deep state hates Donald Trump doesn't make him good. Just because the liberal media hates Donald Trump don't make him good. They're all bad. It is possible for everybody to be bad. Matter of fact, that's pretty much where we're at in this society right now, at least in terms of people in power. The Democrats are bad, the Republicans are bad, the media is bad, the government's bad. They're all bad. These people are all corrupt. They're all bad. Let them fight. Let them fight. Let those gangsters fight. I mean, hell, we in the city of Gary. There's gangsters here right now who've been doing all kinds of wrong in the streets of Gary. Victimizing all kinds of people, robbing people, jacking people. But one day they're going to run up on the wrong person. They're going to steal the wrong car. The car they stole going to be the big man's car. Okay, that dope they stole is going to be the big man's dope. And when that happens, they're going to get what's coming to them. And that's where it's looking like Donald Trump is at. Okay? Yes, I know the FBI gangsters. I've read all about COINTELPRO for many years. Okay, Huey Newton is one of my idols. I know what they did to that man. And Bobby Seale and all those other people. But Trump, this is a man who's had it coming. He's been cruising for a bruising for a long time. Now, the sad thing is that Donald Trump, like Barack Obama before him, both of these men had the opportunity to actually be change agents and actually throw a wrench in the system. They both had a chance. Now, Barack Obama chose to comply with the system and become a military-industrial complex establishment puppet who bailed out Wall Street, left Main Street hanging. The wealth divide between rich and poor get wider and wider even when he's president. Chose not to end America's war on drugs, even though that the black community are the ones who have the biggest, the most incarcerated groups of people on planet Earth in black men. You know, he chose to bomb 6 or 7 countries at once, drop drones on people and all this other nonsense. He chose to just be as I believe it was the great MC KRS-One, a chocolate face on the New World Order. A smiling face on the New World Order. And Obama was fine with that. That's why he's out partying with Richard Branson, the billionaire, as we speak. Paragliding and having concerts with Erykah Badu and all his celebrity friends. Giving $400,000 speeches to Wall Street and all these other criminals. Because he chose to just play the game the way they wanted him to play the game. His healthcare plan, a giveaway to the health insurance companies. That's why their stocks all exploded the day after he was elected, the day after Obamacare was passed. That's why I call it Romney Care with sprinkles. That's what it was. It was Mitt Romney and the Heritage Foundation's plan in Massachusetts that's designed to make sure that all these corporations can still make money. And now the mandates have been struck down because they are indeed unconstitutional. And so even Obamacare has been gutted on some level. It was a crappy idea in the first place. Donald Trump himself went and did what they say in professional wrestling. Donald Trump went into business for himself. Donald Trump decided, yeah, I'm going to be gangster, but I'm going to be gangster the way I want to be gangster. I'm going to keep the documents I want. I'm going to bomb who I want to bomb. I'm going to make friends with who I want to make friends with, Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to get my kids all this money. I'm going to have my son-in-law, Jared Kushner, making deals with the Saudis for $2 billion. I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. The big gangsters ain't going to let you do it the way you want to do it. And there was a lot of times Trump went along with it too. He put John Bolton in his cabinet and started talking about he's going to overthrow Venezuela. And he's bombing, drone striking all these people. And he even ramped up the program from Barack Obama, who had almost doubled the amount of countries that George Bush had bombed. So we've seen the rapid escalation of the military-industrial complex even in the last 2 former presidents. But the difference is Barack Obama played the game the way he was supposed to play the game. You make nice with Wall Street. You make nice with the media. You make nice with the military-industrial complex. And you get to be rich. You and your wife can party in the Hamptons with Beyonce and Jay-Z. You can write your books. You can do everything you want. Just don't try to change that status quo. Donald Trump, You know, the best way I've heard Donald Trump described, they said I think it was Michael Che. I want to give credit for this joke. Michael Che from Saturday Night Live. He said, arguing with Trump is like trying to argue with a crackhead. And there is some real truth to that. There is some legitimate truth to that. Donald Trump is completely reckless, arrogant, narcissistic, megalomaniacal, and all those traits that have allowed him to screw over so many people in his life may be the things that undo him finally after all this time. Now, like I said, I'm not going to cry for him. I am not going to cry for him. You let these gangsters duke it out. You let these serial killers duke it out. When the government comes for John Wayne Gacy, you let them take him. And so a lot of people are talking about this is politically motivated. And on some level it is, but a lot of this is Trump's own fault. The FBI director, Christopher Wray, was nominated by, who is he nominated by? Who was Christopher Wray nominated by? I wonder. Who was Christopher Wray? All right, Donald Trump. Donald Trump nominated Christopher Wray as the FBI director. Wray replaced James Comey, who was fired by who? Who fired James Comey? I wonder who fired James Comey so that Christopher Wray could be the FBI director. All right, Donald Trump. He was Christopher Wray was actually Chris Christie's attorney and defended Chris Christie in his debacle, that the bridge debacle in New Jersey. So Christopher Wray is not some bleeding heart liberal with an axe to grind against Donald Trump. He's connected to Trump and all of Trump's allies. I think the most hilarious thing about this has been you see so many conservatives now, Fox News conservatives like Candace Owens saying that we need to abolish the police. Abolish the FBI. Now, mind you, just in recent history, these people were the biggest defenders of the police, of the FBI, when they were going after Black Lives Matter and people on the left. They had no problem with the FBI as long as they were going after black left-wing groups. And you see, they ain't saying nothing about the black left-wing group that the FBI also raided this week, which we're going to talk about in the very next segment. After, I guess we'll probably do this and we'll get to the Happy Happies, and then we'll do that segment later, I guess. Now they want to talk about the FBI, the corruption of the FBI. This is what Marjorie Taylor Greene had to say. Our government has become an institution that protects and serves the elite while the people suffer under the America last ruling class. We must defund the police. We must defund the FBI. Dismantle the Department of Justice and gut the agencies of political biases and persecutions. I believe in the people. Yeah, I don't care if Marjorie Taylor Greene's saying it or if Malcolm X is saying it. It's still true. It's still true. The FBI should have been dismantled a long, long time ago. And the CIA as well. Remember, John F. Kennedy, in the brief period he was president, said that he wanted to smash the CIA and the surveillance state into 1,000 little pieces. Those were his words. Now, who can tell me what happened to JFK after saying this? I don't know what happened to that JFK fellow. I don't know. Yeah, I think we know what happened to JFK after that. And unfortunately, now you got liberals who are in love with the FBI and the CIA and the surveillance state. You know, rooting for the people who tried to make Martin Luther King kill himself. The people who tried who did dismantle the Black Panthers and many left-wing groups. One part of American history that has been very much, I guess, sort of obscured in time is that actually in the 1970s, we actually did, at least on some level, try to hold the FBI and CIA accountable for their reckless and sort of blatantly evil actions. There was a committee called the Church Committee. That was a select committee in the U.S. Senate in 1975 that investigated the abuses of the CIA, the NSA, the FBI, and the IRS. It was called the Church Committee because it was chaired by Idaho Senator Frank Church. Now, it was part of a series of investigations into intelligence abuses in 1975, dubbed the Year of Intelligence, including its House counterpart, the Pike Committee, and the Presidential Rockefeller Commission. The committee's efforts led to the establishment of the permanent U.S. Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. The most shocking revelations of the committee include Operation MK Ultra, involving the drugging and torturing of unwitting U.S. citizens as part of human experimentation on mind control. Now, this isn't coming from Alex Jones. This isn't coming from somebody you can call lame as some sort of hardcore conspiracy theorist or any of that other stuff. This is coming from the Church Committee. The U.S. Senate Select Committee to study governmental operations with respect to intelligence activities. They found that MK Ultra was drugging and torturing unwitting U.S. citizens as a part of human experimentation on mind control in 1975. That's before I was even born. I can only imagine what sophisticated ways they have to drug and torture us now. I think 75 was even before Betamax. I don't even think Betamax was around in 75. No CDs, DVDs, cell phones, none of that. 75. And they had already figured out how to do all kinds of experiments on American citizens. They also talked about COINTELPRO. Hold on, caller. Involving the surveillance and infiltration of American political and civil rights organizations. Again, in 1975. Just imagine how sophisticated they've gotten doing this stuff now. And Operation Family Jewels, a CIA program to covertly assassinate foreign leaders. Now, mind you, this is 2 years after what they did to Salvador Allende in Chile. This is over a decade after what they helped do to Patrice Lumumba in the Congo. They also found out about Operation Mockingbird, a systematic propaganda campaign with domestic and foreign journalists operating as CIA assets, and dozens of U.S. news organizations providing cover for it. Wow. This was in 1975. Now I can turn on my TV any given day and see people from the surveillance state on my TV any given day. Any given day I could turn on Fox, CNN, MSNBC, and see people involved in that world on TV, talking about meddling in U.S. government, in foreign elections worldwide.
Have we ever tried to meddle in other countries' elections?
Oh, probably, but it was for the good of the system in order to avoid the communists from taking over. For example, in Europe, in 47, 48, 49, the Greeks and the Italians, we
don't do that now, though. We don't mess around other people's elections, Jim.
Only for a very good cause.
Can you do that? Do a Vine video on a former CIA director.
Only for a very good cause in the interests of democracy.
All right, thanks for being here.
Now, that's the former CIA director recently on Laura Ingram's show laughing about how the CIA still meddles in people's elections. They knew this back in 1975. And you can see Malcolm Nance on MSNBC. You know, you can see all these FBI agents and NSA agents and CIA agents on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, any given day of the week. Now, we knew back in 1975 that the media was a tool used by these surveillance agencies and the U.S. government to push propaganda under Operation Mockingbird. Did they do anything to stop it? No. It's proliferated even more. The Church Committee also unearthed Project Shamrock, in which the major telecommunications companies shared their traffic with the NSA, while officially confirming the existence of the Signals Intelligence Agency to the public for the first time. So they openly admitted. The telecommunications companies admitted that they share their traffic with the NSA. And now y'all just want to abolish the FBI and the CIA? Y'all should have been done that. Y'all should have been done that. And look, don't let the fact that Marjorie Taylor Greene and Candace Owens are calling for it now discourage you from supporting that. It does need to go. The surveillance state should be broken up into 1,000 little pieces the way JFK wanted it in the 60s. And that's the only way we're ever going to have any real democracy in this country. All right, folks, I got to go to my first break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the FBI raid that you should be talking about and thinking about. Not just the Donald Trump one, but one that has much bigger implications, I believe, for the average person. I'll be right back here on WLTH 1370 AM on the Region's Choice and the People's Voice. Stick with me now.